Let's talk about something huge that's been happening in the gaming world. A beloved genre, the JRPG, has been going through an absolutely incredible revival, and it's all happening on one console, the Nintendo Switch. So today, we're going to break down exactly what's going on.
You know, for the longest time, the answer to this question felt pretty simple. But I want you to really think about it, because what's happening on the Switch isn't just about giving us more of the same games, it's actually changing what the genre itself can be.
For as long as most of us can remember, right, the JRPG conversation was really just about two massive titans, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. They were the undisputed kings. For decades, they set the rules and defined what a Japanese role-playing game was supposed to feel like. Their influence was just absolute.
But that whole paradigm is shifting. The Nintendo Switch has become this incredibly fertile ground for something new, something explosive. It's a true renaissance that's given rise to new masterpieces, bold experiments, and a level of quality and variety that, honestly, we haven't seen in years.
So why the Switch? What's the secret sauce? Well, the console's whole hybrid nature is a perfect match for these massive games. Think about it. These 100-hour epics with deep stories and, let's be real, a fair bit of grinding. You know, fighting monsters over and over just to level up. The ability to play anywhere and instantly put the console to sleep and pick it right back up has totally changed how we play.
So, with the old guard kind of taking a step back on this platform, a power vacuum was created, and two new series have stepped up to claim the throne, becoming the new standard bearers for the entire genre. Let's get into who they are. On one side, you've got the Xenoblade series. We're talking vast, epic sci-fi operas focused on exploring these unbelievably huge worlds with a really dynamic real-time combat system. And on the other side, the Persona series. These slick, modern-day dramas that makes high school life with turn-based dungeon crawling, all powered by the bonds you make with your friends.
And look, this isn't just my opinion. The critics have gone wild, with metascores way up in the stratosphere, a 92 for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and a jaw-dropping 94 for Persona 5 Royal. These aren't just great games. They are certified modern masterpieces. They're arguably the peak of the genre right now.
What's so cool about Xenoblade is just the sheer scale and ambition. You are literally exploring the fossilized bodies of giant gods. And the combat is built around this unique future vision mechanic, where you see a deadly enemy attack seconds before it happens, and you have to scramble to change that future. Xenoblade Bree just brilliantly ties this whole multi-game saga together into a really deep story about life and war.
Persona 5 Royal, though, is all about that style and its ridiculously addictive gameplay loop. You live this double life. You're a student by day, juggling classes and friendships, and a phantom thief by night, sneaking into the minds of corrupt adults. The stronger your friendships are, the more powerful you become in battle. And the port to the Switch, it's amazing. Critics literally called its performance butter smooth.
But this whole renaissance isn't just about two new titans taking over. No, it's about an explosion of creativity across the entire genre. Developers are using the Switch as a canvas for some incredible artistic and strategic innovation.
Okay, a perfect example of this is the HD 2D art style, which was pioneered by Square Enix. It's this gorgeous blend of nostalgic 16-bit pixel art with modern 3D environments, amazing lighting, and all these cool depth of field effects. It hits you right in the nostalgia, but it feels completely new at the same time.
And this amazing art style has given us a whole string of instant classics. You've got Octopath Traveler 2, which perfected its formula of 8 interwoven stories. Live Alive brought a cult classic from 1994 back to life with a stunning remake. And Triangle Strategy delivered this deep, mature political drama that's just perfect for the tactical RPG genre.
But the innovation isn't just about pretty graphics. The strategy RPG subgenre, SRPGs, the games played on a grid, kind of like chess but with swords and magic, is having its own golden age on the Switch, offering some incredible depth for all the tactical thinkers out there.
And you can see this amazing variety even within a single series. Fire Emblem released two very different but equally incredible masterpieces. So if you're someone who wants a complex, character-driven political epic, you play Three Houses. But if you want pure, razor-sharp tactical gameplay, you play Engage. Two amazing games for two different kinds of players, all on one console.
And then you have a game like Unicorn Overlord. Its genius is in a system where it feels like you're programming your own army's AI. You set up all this intricate logic for each unit, like if the enemy is flying, use an archer. If an ally's health is low, use a healing skill. The satisfaction you get from watching your perfectly crafted strategy just play out automatically it's just immense.
Okay, so we've talked about new titans,
And we've talked about new ideas, but the most surprising part of this whole creative boom might just be where these games are actually coming from. The very definition of JRPG is expanding way beyond its original borders.
So let's go back to that first question. Does a Japanese role-playing game have to be, well, Japanese? For decades, the answer was, yeah, of course. But today, the answer is a loud and clear no.
Get this. 2 of the most critically acclaimed JRPGs on the Switch were not made in Japan. Chained Echoes, with a Metascore of 90, was made by a single developer in Germany. And Sea of Stars, which scored a 91, comes from a studio in Canada. These are loving, expertly crafted tributes that stand shoulder to shoulder with the absolute best in the genre.
And they're not just copies either, they're evolutions. Chained Echoes has this brilliant overdrive gauge that stops you from just spamming your best attacks and forces you to make constant tactical decisions. Meanwhile, Sea of Stars takes the timed button presses of classics like Super Mario RPG and just polishes them to perfection. It just proves the spirit of the JRPG is now a truly global thing.
So, when you put all of this together, the new titans, the visual and strategic innovation, the globalization of the genre, one thing becomes incredibly clear. This isn't just a golden age for JRPGs, it is your golden age.
I mean, just look at this lineup. A stylish high school heist sitting at a 94, an epic sci-fi opera at a 92, a modern pixel art classic at 91, deep tactical army building at an 88. The sheer level of quality and the amazing variety on display, it's staggering. There has never been a better time to be a fan.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. New titans have risen to lead the genre. Innovation is happening absolutely everywhere you look. The JRPG is no longer confined to Japan. It's become a global language of game design. And all of this is happening right now.
And the best part? It all comes back to the platform itself. The very idea that a 100-hour epic adventure, a deep, engrossing world, can fit right into the pockets of your daily life, your commute, your lunch break. That is the magic of the Switch. That is the engine driving this entire revival.
So really, the only question left is the one for you. In this new golden age, with an unprecedented library of masterpieces right at your fingertips, which one are you going to discover first?